Hi, I'm your co-host Ragnar, and this is your other co-host Wolf, and welcome to A Hunter's Guide TV. Welcome to the 6 o'clock news, and welcome back for season 3, fucknuts.
And I'm here with sports. What's a ball?
You know, for weather, we got Ali. Ali, how's the weather?
Allah Akbar!
It's cold! Oh my god. We haven't done this in so long. It's so weird, but it's so refreshing. I missed it.
It's unnatural, but it is a Miss Limb coming back to me.
My dick is finally crawling back. I need my third leg.
I miss standing up pissing.
Oh god, tripod, yes. Somebody told me yesterday that if you are able to tripod your significant other, you have the strength and will of a gorilla.
Oh.
I don't know if that's like a compliment. I guess it is because, you know, gorillas, big motherfuckers.
And they haven't even been to the gym.
They haven't, dude. It's bananas flinging shit at people. Yeah, that's about it.
I'm telling you, let's kidnap a fucking gorilla, take it to a fucking gym, roid it up, and teach it how to lift weights. Let's see how big these motherfuckers get.
What if, like, gorilla boxing became a thing? Or, like, if we could train gorillas and... what would be another thing we could train? I guess dogs, yeah. You could probably eventually train a dog to speak like a human with the right amount of technology.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you know, I had to add that in because gorillas and monkeys, they're very similar to human beings, so that makes a little more sense. They can even do sign language already. But, no. Anyway. Way off topic. Esther is not here, unfortunately. She is working on a painting for us.
It would look very nice.
Very, very nice. Oh, fuck. Wolf, my friend, what are you covering this week?
This week, I'm going to be covering spells and practices that I teach all of my students. Now, we all learn differently and have different styles and talents, so don't be afraid to make it your own. I'll be teaching what works for me and in what order you should be practicing, in my opinion. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. Don't go fucking nuts practicing. Make it your own in any way you need to. But this is everything I teach my students in the order that I teach them in.
Yeah, and don't worry, I'm coming out with my own little episode later on during this season.
And this one for me is going to be mostly magic. Ragnar's might be a little different.
Mine will mainly be rituals. I like going over rituals. There are some that are helpful, but there are also some that you should probably stay away from. Mm. And I may cover them like a little bit, but I'll mainly just give you like the name and the general symbol likeness. That way you can avoid it.
We would teach you combat and what weapons work as well, but the weapons
only
part...
if you were here, motherfucker.
Yeah, you gotta be in person. You gotta sign up. You gotta sign a waiver.
You gotta sign an NDA, and you have to fork over $12 million, your life savings, and all of your homes.
I mean, okay, the weapons and stuff part, you're learning through each and every episode. But combat, definitely something we can't teach without being in person.
Honestly, with the weapons, if you want to learn how to use different weapons, you can always look up, like, quick little YouTube videos, or there are places that still teach, like, traditional weapon fighting.
Take a class.
Yeah, you can learn with a sword, an axe, a halberd, a normal spear, a sword and a shield, dual wielding.
I really recommend taking an MMA class and then other fighting styles as well.
Yeah, like I took MMA, Taekwondo, Tang Soo Do, Muay Thai.
You want a vast range of abilities in your arsenal.
Yes, and don't be afraid to get a little limber beforehand.
Yeah. really, if you're not fit, you gotta at least be smart.
Yeah, please, for the love of God, be smart. Because if you run in there, no offense to anybody who's like,
In a wheelchair.
yeah, or fat, do not go where the other guys go. Because when your ass gets left behind, you gonna die.
You're the bait.
Exactly. Do not become the bait bitch.
If you can't keep up with the rest, be the guy in the van.
Always. Dude, who doesn't want to be the guy in the van? There's an air conditioning fucking fan.
Get good with computers and hack the system.
Anyway, before we get into all of the goodness of Master Wolf's teachings, we are going to, as always, play a little game.
Alright, first up. Have I ever broken a bone?
Yes. Yes, you have.
I have. Do you remember which? Or at least which part of my body?
Wasn't it your leg?
It was my leg.
Yeah.
It was my leg.
Didn't you break something else, though? You definitely broke something else.
You've
broken some fingers, haven't you?
I fucked up my fingers, but I have not broken them.
You ever broken an arm?
Only leg.
Huh. Damn.
Everything else,
I feel like a walking disaster. I've pretty much broken everything.
Well, the benefits of being able to phase and condense my own body.
Yeah, benefits of being a walking wrecking ball.
Benefits of also healing on the spot. You've met that during Bloody Knuckles.
Yeah. Mine doesn't take as long as people normally think, but it still takes a minute.
And mine is visible.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
The face you had when you watched it go back to normal while playing Bloody Knuckles, as you're sitting there gripping your fists.
I'm like, bro, this is bullshit. What is this? Can you not turn that off? No? Fuck.
Not to mention I can turn off my pain receptors.
You're a prick. Alright. What is the longest time I've gone without sex?
2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah. God, I sound like a fucking sex addict.
Well, I mean, you have a study lately.
True.
If I were marooned on an island with one person, who would it be?
Oh. Probably me. Or Joe. Or Chris. That's probably all I can think of. I don't think you would want your dad there. I mean, you would want Astor there probably. But I couldn't think of anybody else, man.
Deserted island? I'm not sure. It depends on the island. Depends.
That's
on the
fair,
island.
you know. Yeah. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Although you could probably build a pretty sweet fucking house.
Fuck it. Give me Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls. That's not a bad choice.
That's not a bad choice.
That's a good choice, bro.
That is a surviving choice.
Yeah. That's a... Alright.
Although I'm going to get tired of piss.
I mean, if you're able to build a fire, you can just boil the fucking water you pull out of the ocean, you jackass! Fucking idiot! Oh my god. Okay. Would I rather A, jump out of a moving car, or B, go over Nigeria... Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what that says. Or go over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
I don't know. Nigeria Falls sounds nice this time of year.
Fuck you.
I want to say you would say the moving... No, you would say the falls. You would say the Falls.
Yeah, I would definitely go over. I would go over Niagara Falls in a barrel just because. Fuck it.
I'd do it because Death apparently already hates me for not being able to die. It'd be funny to just taunt him.
What you got?
Would I rather A, get a face tattoo or something of something I choose, or B, a tattoo in a discrete area but someone else chooses it randomly?
See, I feel like you would be more okay with getting it discreetly and from someone else than ever having a fucking face tattoo.
And you are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
I don't see you with a face tattoo. I can't.
Yeah, a face tattoo would fuck up our business too.
Yeah, no, it's...
Discretion is very important.
Yeah. I mean, I'm eventually going to have tattoos, but I can cover this shit with long sleeves.
Exactly.
And gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Have I ever wet my pants in public?
You've swam.
Yes or no?
You've swam.
That doesn't count, does it? I mean, I've pissed in a lake before. I pissed in the ocean. What the fuck?
Those are wet pants now.
That's not... They're already wet. They're already wet. Explain to me your logic. They are already wet.
You've wetted them more.
Look, I'm going to piss myself either way.
I would say if swimming shorts counted, it'd be yes.
Sure, let's go with that. If swimming shorts counted, it'd be a yes. But they don't count because, A, you're already in the fucking water.
But they're wetter.
You're already in the fucking water.
With hot water, dirty water, yellow water.
What the fuck? You're like old governess from England. Fucking Jesus. Nanny McPhee.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Would I rather A, have unlimited money, power, and respect, or B, unlimited sex?
Unlimited sex.
Wrong. A, because B comes with A.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. You know what? That's completely fair. I'd totally go with that too. Would I rather smell a used stranger's underwear or my mother's used underwear?
Stranger?
How about neither? Why the fuck would I want to smell somebody else's underwear? I don't even like smelling my own underwear. Why the fuck would I put my nose where your ass crack has been?
Hey, it never said anything about you going anywhere near the underwear. If it smells bad enough,
still gotta sniff
if it
it.
smells
Why
bad
would
enough, you might smell it from across the room.
Why would I
You just
smell-
bust through the door and you're just like, "Ugh!"
But why would I smell a random stranger's fucking underwear, man?
You'd
Why-
rather your mother's?
I know. I don't want to do either. Why would I walk up to my mom and be like, "Hey, Ma, can I borrow your underwear so I can fucking smell it real quick?"
Hey, I'm imagining it's some filthy underwear that you just bust in the room and immediately smell it from the doorway.
What, like it's just sitting over in the corner, just like stinking up the whole fucking area.
Who says they're not currently wearing them?
Oh god, that's so fucking awful. Why? But why would they be wearing it? What?
They're underwear. Currently being used.
But if they stink that badly, they can walk on their own.
Not if they're homeless.
Okay, next question.
Would I rather A, date someone into intense BDSM, or someone who likes bland vanilla sex?
BDSM?
I'm just happy to be there.
Here, you get a participation trophy. Oh god. Okay, what is the biggest secret that I kept from my parents when I was growing up? Oh, I can't wait for this one. Let's have a gander at this.
That you're bi.
Technically, I didn't keep that a secret.
You kept it a secret for a while.
Yeah, kinda. But also, they didn't really notice that I was,
Sucking dick?
no, making out with dudes. Like, in the living room. How do you not notice that?
I feel like your dad would just block that out. Just walk away.
No, he has a lot of gay friends.
I don't know your dad's life, alright?
He's bald, he's angry, and he's pissed off all the time. I don't know what else you need to know.
Fair, that's fair. Yeah, I know him enough. Know him enough.
What you got?
What is the last thing I searched up for online?
A unicorn dildo.
Uh,
Am I
no.
far off?
Yeah, you're kind of far off, but
A kilt.
no. Only Aster knows the answer right now.
Boobies!
Boobies.
I-
You were looking for boobies?
I looked up on Aster's phone, boobies, and then left it on, whose was it? Barack Obama's tits. And then handed her the phone.
Barack Obama's tits. Nice. Would I rather A, only drink vodka, or B, only drink beer?
Beer?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck would I want to drink nothing but vodka?
It's bad times all around for me.
I'd throw up.
I know a lot of people would prefer it, but, not me.
Nah. Dude, I'm more of like a whiskey guy anyway, not vodka.
Maybe if it said mead.
Ooh, yeah. Please. That's actually what I'm going to pick up when I get paid. A bottle of mead. I need it.
I always forget what it tastes like. Literally always. And
It's
I have
so good.
I've had
It's
it so
so
often,
good.
too.
Yeah.
I think it's just in my mind. I believe I'm drinking whiskey half the time.
True. All right.
I'm here to teach you full, so let's fucking get into it.
Woo!
All right. So first of all, the first spell I've mentioned and taught in previous episode, I'll be reteaching, is the Holy Bubble. Imagine a bubble of protection around you. Imagine the bubble being filled with a white light and say, Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. Do thou, Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, thrust Satan into hell along with all his evil spirits who prowl about the world seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. Now with practice, you won't need to use the prayer, and you'll have more control of your bubbles. How I use it now, I envision a tiny orb in the center of the area I want to protect, white light filling it, then see it grow until it covers the area entirely. Keep focus on the orb and see it growing brighter and stronger. Kind of lock it in place to the thing in the center. The area you're protecting doesn't have to be yourself. You can use it to protect your loved ones, pets, house, car, even town with enough practice. But the larger or more that you make at once, the faster they will weaken and dissipate. So keep an eye on your shields. With practice, they will be stronger and last longer. So keep practicing and you can keep out a lot. Ghosts, demons, telepaths, a large range of astral shit. Next thing I'm covering is healing. I'll cover a couple of kinds, so find which one works for you. I use Reiki, so I'll begin with that. Reiki involves controlling energy flow from one to another. It originates in Japan, but has spread about the community like a wildfire for those capable of using it. It focuses on the universal life force and energy found within living beings. Someone trained in Reiki channels that life force, allowing the recipient to receive the healing energy. Reiki takes place on an emotional, spiritual, and physical level. By transferring Reiki energy into the recipient, the practitioner can help the individual heal through whichever issues are at hand. I focus mostly on physical pain. Spiritual can be a bit tricky, and emotional is best handled through psychology, in my opinion. Envision the area of pain as a color you relate to pain. For me, it's red. Then see the energy within you as a color you relate with healing. For me, it's also that would be green. It helps to touch the person. See the healing energy within you traveling from your core, through your arms, from your hands into the recipient, and to the area of pain. See the healing energy envelop the area and converting the pain into healing energy. Focus on the spot, easing and repairing. Smother that pain out with as much healing power as you can. Then let it sit and work, and hopefully they can feel a difference. At first, pain may just ease up a little bit, but with practice you can fully heal most wounds. The problem, though, is speeding up the healing process makes the cells weaker. So what I like to do is envision a color you associate with raw energy. For me, it's blue. And have it kind of swirl the entire time with the healing energy. Have it finish with the healing energy mostly, but have it circulating with both. That way, not only are you healing, but feeding those damaged or new cells so they are as fit as the rest. You don't want part of your body being weaker than the rest. That's how you get scars. That's how you get tears, rips, weaker portions of flesh. It's not a good time. Reiki mostly talks about healing others with one's own energy, but you can also heal your own wounds. Same thing. Focus on the area of pain, send the energy from your core, and subdue and change it. Others heal through deities. Prayer and rituals. You may be talented at communing with certain deities, but most often they require sacrifice for your service. It may be a life, an object, or a certain job they require of you. Every deity and person may commune differently depending on who they are, or their relation. I could never go over all of them, but I can say that a Native American healer I've met used Thor for their deity, and he would take somebody from her as a penance for his service, and it really sucked because she never knew who it would be. In the Jewish faith, it is believed that acts of healing are necessary in order for our species to continue. In the Dead Sea Scrolls, there is a partial surviving text that includes guidelines for how to fend off demons that would cause fever, chest pain, and even death in childbirth. Amulets, potions, spells, and magical talismans would all have been part of a healer's toolbox. Angels were sometimes called upon as well for a speedy recovery. Rabbi Jeffrey Dennis says, along with conventional folk remedies involving diet, curative foods, exercise, and healthful practices, the sages would prescribe the recitation of scriptural verses and incantations called rufot. Now, since I am not Jewish and have yet to read the Quran, I can't really give more insight on this type of healing. So if you would love to reach out, I would love to read your knowledge for the audience and myself. Then there's faith healing, and it often involves physical touching the ill person as well as prayer. In general, faith healing is seen as a combination of the skills of the individual practitioner and a gift from the divine. In the United States, faith healing often falls within a Christian worldview, and it is accepted that anyone who heals with the laying of hands upon the ill is simply working as an instrument of God. In other countries, this may involve chants, dancing, drumming, and the invocation of deity directly into the healer, allowing it to pass through him or her and into sick individual. In many parts of the world, in centuries gone by, folk magic was an integral part of healing. Those traditions still live on in limited areas and can often be found in the mountains of Appalachia, the Ozarks, rural parts of Italy, and the Scottish Highlands, just to name a few places. Today, folk magic lives on, often including magical and medicinal herbalism, traditions and customs passed down through generations in folk remedies. While many of the early cures found in folk magic are rooted in protection against black magic, the devil, witches, or evil spirits, keep in mind that for a long time people assumed that illness was the result of nefarious metaphysical workings. If you wanted to heal someone who was sick, it was logical to focus on getting rid of whatever evil thing had caused him or her to fall ill. It's also important to note that, at least in the United States, early folk magic in the mountains was rooted in a strong belief in the Christian faith. While your great aunt Amity, living in an Amish village, might have been a folk healer or cunning woman, she could likely have been offended to be called anything but a good Christian. And to be fair, a lot of demonic entities will cause people to be sick. so it's fair to just be safe. Many people believe that sounds can bring about healing. Sound healing is essential, the use of frequencies and vibrations to heal physical and emotional ailments. Many people believe that each living organism has its own unique resonant frequency, and that if we're off kilter physically or mentally, we can change these frequencies with sound healing. I actually have a sound bowl I can demonstrate very quickly for you. And just pretty much a lot of that shit. Many people believe that magical items for healing have been around for centuries in every religion. Each one may be made for certain ailments or for general healing. Most often, people may have a talisman they wear around their neck for their healing magic. If bling isn't your thing, you can try herbal remedies. Incense, oils, teas, or even lotions. This has gotten very popular in the last few years, once again, with the uprise of oil distributions. Your neighbor, your friend, hell, my own mother has several herbal oils and even makes her own mixtures for different uses. I mean, who doesn't use incense nowadays? Especially potheads. Come on. And if you like rocks, we got these gems here. Many people use gemstones and crystals because of their therapeutic properties. While it may sound strange that rocks and stones have healing powers, many people believe that each crystal or stone has its own vibrational properties that allow it to facilitate healing of the body and spirit. Particularly when it comes to healing emotional issues, crystals can come in handy for various wear and tear. So that's the various types of healing. I know I didn't get too deep into most of them, but that's because there are so many ways to work in each category. But from there, we will get into meditation. If you pass out the first few times, that's perfectly fine. It is very similar to falling asleep, but teach your body the difference between sleep and meditation. Make a spot just for it if it helps. Never meditate in bed until you train your body to know the difference, honestly. Because I made that mistake for a longer than I needed to, honestly, and literally just kept passing out. I recommend doing it somewhere lively, honestly, somewhere that you don't associate with sleep at all, but somewhere that you can have peace of mind. Meditation doesn't come easy for most people. It is very difficult to clear one's mind, especially the first few times, to be able to shut off all voices and random thoughts. Your brain will want to keep thinking. Best thing to do, find an activity that clears your mind entirely. Walking, music, shower, whatever works as long as it's clear, as long as it clears your mind. When I say music, I don't mean music with lyrics. I would very much recommend any instrumental, like solely. Focus on your breathing, then try to tune it out as well. Maybe you'll get a few seconds, then maybe a few minutes. If you reach an hour, that's incredible. From there, you have it. Just honestly, keep working on it. Do it daily. If you can get to a point where you're doing it while doing shit around the house or working or whatever, then just do it, honestly, all the time. I am probably constantly meditating. It's important to meditate to rest the mind. Sleeping rests the body, but your mind is still very much active. And when you meditate, the universe may speak to you. They might send you visions, send you answers. Maybe somebody will reach out. Many spells even require meditation during it. So if you want to practice, then meditation is a great first step. But I believe protection and healing should always come first. As simple as these spells are, what I've noticed is that the more you practice, the stronger you get spiritually. The larger the target you may become. Spirits can be oh so curious, and eventually other things may see the target and see a new shiny toy or meal. Keep that in mind going into any kind of practice. Now that you have meditation down, or at least have a more cleared head, let's go into self-discovery. We're going to start with the inner doors. For me, I imagine like a hotel hallway with doors lining the walls with a floor to walk on. Each door is a part of yourself, from senses to memories. Literally any part of yourself is in this hallway. This is where you can go to learn about your inner self. See how spells work for you. See how your anger See why your anger is going off the deep end. Even speak to your inner animals to get their guidance. Reach in your pocket to find of your mind and pull out a key, a flashlight, or whatever you need to help navigate you. You might even use a map. You create the layout of this hallway, but we all have a red door that we must not enter. This is where the chaos in your mind is. It's dangerous, and you never know what could happen you don't know what could happen to you in there, or what could get out. I myself got lost in my own door for a little while, honestly, maybe an hour or two, but for me there it was like a week or two. It's not a place you want to go in, and I'm not entirely sure why everybody has a door or what is actually inside that door. I just know that mine is full of chaos, and it seems anyone I talk to has the same sensation. Now, if you get to an end of the hallway, envision a lever there. Lock it down so only you can control it. Make it to where you are the only person with a key to it if necessary. This lever is your magic. You can switch it off whenever you lose control. If it helps, you can make multiple levers for shutting down emotions, knocking yourself out. All depends on how strong of a link you make with yourself. If that doesn't make sense, think of it like you are your soul, but your body is an instrument that you use in life. Most people work on it or let it fall apart, but some people can become completely adept at controlling every piece of their machine. But keep in mind, when you shut off that lever for magic, you will not be able to access this part of yourself until that lever naturally rises back up. So, be prepared to be powerless to any spiritual magic for an unknown amount of time. For me, it's usually about a month. While you're here, walk out of this hallway. See yourself in the darkness of your mind. If you see walls or barriers, these are what block you from your memories or abilities. I recommend knocking them down or build them up as you please. I've learned that transforming them into curtains is much easier to manage, although some walls won't stay up or down as you want, and it will be a constant struggle of fixing them how you want them until you discover why they are fighting you. This is honestly a part of self-therapy nobody thinks about, but one that the walls can change through regular therapy as well, because if you've buried something deep, they are likely behind these walls. Trauma is a very common blockage. So keep in mind before demolishing walls. Try to guesstimate what might be behind each one. Then you have yourself discovered. Let's discover your spirit animal. Now it can change over time as you change, but it will also guide you and be there for you if you listen. Envision your paradise. For me, it's a nice meadow with a large tree and a river going through it. There is likely fog covering most of it. That's fine. See your animal coming from the distance and approaching you. If you're lucky, this animal will speak to you and give you advice. We all will experience this very differently. My inner wolf came to me through the fog and told me a prophecy that has begun to pass with each and every day. For my friend, a large owl flew with him through the skies and spoke some guidance into his ear. Be open to your spirit animal. You can always reach him here or in one of your doors. One of them is very specifically for your spirit animal. Or even in nature, if you're paying attention. It'll pop up anywhere. You never know. Maybe just an amulet will appear with your spirit animal trying to tell you something. Let's get into elements. Even if you're practicing magic, elemental or not, knowing your element will give you great insight of how you think and act, and what your range might be. Kind of like knowing your star sign. I recommend Harper Essential Zodiac Signs for that kind of guidance, but for discovering your element, it's a matter of what you connect with. Get yourself a candle, some running water, some earth, and some clear air. What do you feel closer to? Do you feel energy in the flame, the growing passion, the burning heat of your soul leading you on your path? Do you feel the flowing water cleansing your spirit, the flow moving with your emotions, the deep yearning to enter and cleanse your body? Do you feel the earth's steady beat, the strength holding you grounded, the animals calling your name and feeding you insight? Or do you feel the wind pulling you to move with the flow, the clouds and branches in the wind showing you visions, the air feeding your body as much as your soul? You may be gifted with 2, 3, or even all elements, but there is one that is truly yours and feeds your spirit, so try to figure out which one that is. Your zodiac may tell you exactly which one, but through practice, you will learn the truth. Your zodiac isn't always exact. Most people believe they have a deity they should follow, maybe one of the gods they feel closer to or can relate with. I find this to be a bunch of horseshit, as you can pray to any god and get an answer if your faith is strong enough. But for those that want to find your god or whatever, scrying helps. To scry, it helps to have some obsidian or quartz, or you can use your element. Meditate, clear your mind, focus on where you feel entranced. Open your mind, let the visions come to you. Some may be more gifted than others in this, able to dive in and experience it, or maybe 1 or 2 senses only. But send your question out and let the universe send you an answer. The problem with this is some people can't tell their own thoughts from visions. I admit it can be difficult, but you have to be able to tell the difference, otherwise you'll confuse yourself. For me, it took many years of practice to get very good at it, but even then I still make mistakes. I don't even use any tool to help scry at this point, but it does help. So keep that in mind, that as you practice, you will lose the need for certain tools. Now, some people will notice by now that sometimes your magic or body aren't fully cooperating. Generally, this is a sign that 1 or more chakras are blocked. First off, you have 7 chakras. The root chakra is red at the base of the spine, is in charge of physical identity, stability, and grounding. The sacral chakra is orange and just below the belly button, but above the pubic bone. It is in charge of sexuality, pleasure, and creativity. The yellow solar plexus chakra is at the upper abdomen around the stomach area and is in charge of self-esteem and confidence. The heart chakra is green and centered around the chest and just above the heart. It is in charge of love and compassion. The throat chakra is blue, and surprise, surprise, the throat chakra is clearly not in sync with me right now. Is blue, and surprise, surprise, it is in the throat and in charge of communication. The third eye chakra is indigo and located between the eyes. This chakra is in charge of intuition and imagination. The last chakra is on the top of your head, and the violet or white crown chakra. This one is in charge of awareness and intelligence. If any of these chakras are damaged, waning, or just off, then you'll have blockages of all types. Physically, a person can even start getting sick or feeble, so take some time and fix them up whenever you get a chance. Meditate and envision the crown chakra in your mind's eye. See it glowing and pulsing with your heart's beat. See the energy getting stronger. Feed it more power to strengthen and repair any faults. Once you are satisfied, keep that chakra going, but see a stream of energy flow down to the third eye chakra and do the same, and have them both pulsing and growing in unison. Make sure you keep them balanced as well. Once you are satisfied, keep moving down and repeating those steps until each of your chakra have been energized, balanced, and repaired. Once they are healthy, keep an eye on each of your chakras in your body. See those choices you make affect them and work on yourself as needed to keep your body and chakras stay healthy. It is all connected and will react to your hard-working choices. You will also notice the better aligned your chakras, the better your skills become, the better your health becomes, and not just in magic, but day-to-day lives. Now, there are many ways to read the universe to get insight on the future, past or present. Scrying is helpful but not always the best for understanding all the details. Using the pendulum, tarot, or runes is much easier to use, but keep a booklet nearby for references. When using a pendulum, you get a pendulum or any type of arrow on a string and dangle it over a circle pad that has various types of answers and hold it steady. Oftentimes when you get a pendulum, it will come with a book with pages of various types of answer wheels. It's honestly very helpful. Ask it questions and see which way it starts to swing. It will swing one way more than the rest. It may be subtle, but it should move. This method is sometimes used to find where to go on a map or which direction to go. How you use it may vary, but its base ability is to help answer questions. But be mindful, they may change over time. With tarot cards, you get a deck of cards, usually tarot obviously, but I've seen regular playing cards used if you know what you're doing. Each set can be used differently, but it varies per person as well. In essence, though, each card has two meanings depending on which position it lands on, and when pulled, they represent different parts of an individual, from emotions, trauma, future to death, marriage, and fate. A common belief is that your first deck must be a gift from somebody, or the tarot will curse you somehow. I myself bought my own deck, though. Bring it on, Tarot of Fate. Let's fucking go! Runes take a bit more practice to interpret. The gist is, if you ask yourself a question while casting the runes and you see how they land, they'll give you an answer. The runes will answer, but it takes knowledge and intuition to know what they are saying. Runes can appear anywhere, but for readings, we use a regular set of runes for casting. I don't have much practice, so I won't get too much into it, but if you think runes are for you, feel free to explore the teachings. And like I said, they can appear anywhere. I've seen runes appear in ashes, in tree bark, pebbles. I don't know. I find them weird places, but they all have a reason for appearing. Next, a physical magic practice I use that is very helpful for day-to-day is to give me the extra push and energy. Next, a physical magic practice I use that is very helpful day to day to give me that extra push and energy is what I call energy boosting. How I use it is imagine energy in your core filling with the color of energy you associate with power. Then send it to the area of the body that needs it and let it build up. Say you are working out and just need that bit of boost on the last rep to get the bar up. See that energy shoot to the muscles, straining it, and push yourself as needed. Obviously, you don't want to push your body too far or it will break. But when you just need that second of boost, and that's when it's good to just focus and use that energy you've stored up. I do tend to push myself too far. I'll have energy boosting my legs for hours to work at work to do my runs, just for the next day to be out for the count. This is an ability to use with caution. It is untapped adrenaline boost that you can control. Think of it as being able to pull off life or death feats at your will, but still not getting to the point where you shatter limbs. Now with being cautious, sometimes in life you need a little extra assistance. This is when, if you are close to any deity or know the skills of deities, then it's time to reach out and pray for protection or help. Each deity has a different prayer or ritual for summoning or reaching out to, but sometimes you can just call out their name and tell them your woes. Find out which deity you need for each instance, or which one you may have grown close to, and beseech them to help. I speak to Loki most often, but I have no problem reaching out to other gods or beings for assistance in various matters. Seeing their influence is often easily unnoticed or subtle to the naked eye, but to those trained, adept, or powerful enough, you may see the work of the beings you've called upon or hear their voice directly. Sometimes it will scare the shit out of you, so be mindful of that. Ooh, talking a lot. Fucking voice is going out. Another protector some people have are those simply called protectors. They often begin to appear to children tormented and afraid, being stronger than a spirit, but was often once a human appears. It is often frightening at first. They come to help guide and protect. They work on the astral plane and protect the child from demons and such. They can and will speak to to the child they protect, guide them and help them make decisions. They often carry enough knowledge to teach them things as well. Depending on the life they live, will vary the skills, form, and knowledge they possess. Only the protected child can see them, though, and the protector will stay as long as they are needed. But they may not always be right at hand. Sometimes they must wander off to or build back strength before being seen again. My old partner had a protector that would often leave for weeks at a time to handle various business or get knowledge on a subject or other things, and it would often fight demons in the background and would need to heal. It was actually very helpful. Actually, Miss Bernard, haven't seen that bastard in a long time, or well, not seen so much, but secondhand visions. Scrying has its benefits. Familiars are another form of protector, companion, or partner witches, mages, or just spellcasters often obtain. Some people will adopt pets and infuse them with magic and some of their own essence. Some people will make magical deals with beings to turn them into their familiar. It can vary case to case. My two are both through deals, one once human and one once a lion. But they are used in all manner of ways, from being guards, helpers, or guides. Each is different and can vary in strength and ability. The species they are can also give insight in what they can do. Even if they are to die, their spirit may remain to continue or move on to another creature to be reborn and continue their service. Finding one's familiar is very tricky. Sometimes they will come to you and you will feel their connection immediately. Other times you'll have to try to pick them out of a litter. Oftentimes a family pet is confused for a familiar by a modern Wiccan witch, but a familiar is one that is strong soul that often isn't the same as the creature it resides in, and is entwined with the witch that has made the deal with them, sharing parts of each other's soul in a way. And generally when the witch dies, so does the companion, but the companion can die time and time again. Kind of one-sided, honestly. But then again, the witch is also there making a deal, so who knows what you've given to them to bargain such a strong ally. Now, if you have been practicing by this point, you may have caught the attention of not so likable spellcasters of this realm or another. Maybe they are jealous or just don't like you for whatever reason. Now, if you find yourself under a curse, here's a spell that has worked well for me that sends it back to the sender. On the plus side, if they have a spell that blocks it or tries to redirect it, it will just dissipate the curse entirely. You'll need a small mirror, a black or white candle, black pepper, oregano, and anointing oil. Cooking oil works. Begin by anointing your candle in the oil and rolling it in the pepper and oregano. Place the candle in a holder on top of the mirror. Light the candle, and as you do so, say the following incantation. Return to your maker and leave me in peace. Should the way be barred, your power will cease. Allow the candle to burn itself out and dispose of the remains outside of your home. Cleanse your home and yourself immediately. It's a very simple spell. I actually fucking love it for being so simple. Let's say you caught the eye of a demonic entity, though, that wants you for one reason or another. Your target on your back is growing. Keep in mind with every spell you learn and practice. Every positive will have a negative. The stronger you get, bigger of a target. Kinda sucks. Now, if you have been with us this long, you know what to do. But new listeners, grab salt, make a circle, get in it. Or put it on all the windowsills, doorways, around the fireplace, any entrance. They can't cross it, but be mindful if it breaks, they can. Another thing is iron will hurt them, so get you some fireplace tools to whack them around with. Holy water helps too. Get you a devil's trap somewhere to trap them in place with no power, then recite Latin fucking sucks for me. Exorcisamos te omnis immundus spiritus, omnis satanica protestus, omnis incursio infernalis adversari, omnis legio, omnis congratio, et secta diabolica, ergo omnis legio diabolica adiramus de cessa desipere humanas creaturas esque aeterne perditionos venenum propinare vade satana inventor et magister omnis fallacia hostis humanae salutis humilare sob potenti manu Dei contramisce et effuge invocato a nubis sancto et terribili nomine quem inferi tramut ab insidis diaboli libere nos domine et ecclesiam tuam secura tibi fascis libertate servire te rogamus adi nos. Yeah, again, sorry, my Latin fucking sucks. It should send them back to hell if you do it correctly. And if you're lucky, leave the person possessed unharmed. If you are able to catch them before they possess anybody and are still a shadow on the wall, even better. But keep in mind, demons can vary in power and can require stronger spells or stronger casters to banish, exorcise, or even restrain them. That's everything a beginner should focus on. Once you have all that in your arsenal and are comfortable with it, I encourage you to look into other spells just to be safe and don't try to cause harm. Try to build yourself up and build your spirit and mind to be as great as it can be. Just keep in mind, black magic, blood magic, and other types of dangerous spells will not only taint your soul, but put a target on your back for hunters like us. Legit, if you start going around cursing people, we will come after you. Stick to white or green magic, spiritual spells, and self-improvement, protection, and meditation. Astral projection is a common practice but dangerous, so don't begin something like that without somebody to watch your body and plenty of protection spells. And tether yourself to your fucking body, because I have made the mistake of trying astral projection when I was not ready, getting possessed in the astral plane, and not being able to come out without help, just to end up not being able to astral project by myself since. That's all we have for this week, so follow us on Instagram at a.hunters.guide or hg.ragnar. Send us some questions, suggestions, tips, and stories of your own to our email at ahuntersguide@yahoo.com. Send us some donations at our Patreon or PayPal at A Hunter's Guide. Proceeds help us make better content and merch for you. We have shirts and more posted to our pages, but send us requests for what else you people want and price and delivery options. Check out our website at pod.co/a-hunters-guide. Join us next week when we cover our next horror. Hunters, signing out.